I went to a garage sale.
How long ago was this, Claire?
This was about 30 years ago. As we moved into our new house, I needed a diminutive table, and I thought, I think I know the shape and size. And when I saw this out in the yard, I thought, this is a great thing. It was pitch black. It was a moldy mess. And the lady was asking $30, so
$30.
I said, but I only have 25. I said, that's all I have. She said, you can have it for 25, and I took it.
With most pieces from the Federal period, we make attributions on the basis of inlay, style, secondary woods.
Oh.
But on your particular table, we're very fortunate, you are in fact, to have the actual label
Yes.
of John Seymour and Son, Creek Square.
Boston.
In Boston, which is where they work.
No, Massachusetts.
And it's a little bit deteriorated, but you can still read it.
Yes.
And that's just extraordinary because it's so rare to find label pieces.
Yes.
What you brought in today here is a Federal inlaid mahogany demi-lune card table made by John and Thomas Seymour, very distinguished cabinet makers who made some of the most distinguished and fine furniture for the very wealthiest families in Boston at the time.
Ah.
This table, everything about it, even if it didn't have the label, says John and Thomas Seymour. The quality is incredible of it. It has this wonderful figured mahogany. The top has these inlaid
Egg and dart.
Almost an egg and dart with a dot and almost a seed, which actually has sand burning. It's sand burnt. They used hot sand to color that inlay to give it a three-dimensional effect. If you come down to the edge, this edge has wonderful satinwood inlay, this figured satinwood.
Yes.
It has a typical Seymour coved edge, this cove right here. A veneered front, and on this veneered front, tapering bellflowers. You see how they taper from small into large, and then the bow knot, which is so delicately done, this satinwood bow knot.
Yes.
All of these elements that we're seeing actually came out of English design books from the late 18th century of George Hepplewhite and Sheraton. They're design books, but the Seymours took it even to a higher level. And we look at this edge, it's all satinwood decorated, and then incredibly, the legs actually have this satinwood band which tapers down, and there are these bellflowers graduating down the leg, and at the very bottom, a bellflower.
Yes.
Now, did you try to clean it at any point?
Linseed oil and turpentine. I didn't refinish it. I wiped it off, and then I saw this, and then I kept going, and I thought, well, I'll just see, and I took the dirt all off.
Well, Claire, luckily you weren't a really great refinisher, because if you were, I'm joking. But if you'd cleaned it a lot more, you would have taken a lot off the value.
I figured,
So luckily, it still has a nice old color, and even though you cleaned it, see all the dirt down at the bottom?
Left.
I love that.
That's what was up here.
I just want to say, when we first saw you, my heart started going like this. Feel it. You can feel it right now. Watch. It's going bump, bump, bump.
Yes, right.
And
mine did too.
Leslie looked over and said, Leigh, is that what I think it is? And as we got closer, you had this upside down, and we saw that label. And Les went up to the label and went and he said, "It isn't, is it?" And I said, "It is." And so it's really one of the most exciting moments I've ever had, Les.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the most exciting pieces I've ever seen.
Just to be here with this.
Yeah.
Now, do you have an idea of what it's worth, or have you gotten some idea?
Oh, probably 20,000. Now, I just said that.
Well, I think the estimate we're going to give you is going to top that.
Oh, yes.
I think Les and I both feel that this piece in the open marketplace on a good day would be in the range of about $200,000 to $225,000.
Wow.
Okay? Now,
$200,000 to
$25,000. Now, I want to say that on a very good day, with everything in place, it has the possibility of bringing $300,000. I don't want to get your hopes up that much, but $225 isn't bad, I guess, right?
Yeah.